My goal has been to do an hour, 60 minutes on the elliptical, which I just did. Haley, my workout partner, is in here. She's created a new routine. You can see her in there. Can you see her? She wants me to do that next, which I will. So I did an hour in the elliptical. This is Anytime Fitness. This is my local Anytime Fitness in Alexandria, Virginia. I want to tell you, people who have been following me on Facebook and cheering me on, I want to say thank you so much. You saying that I'm inspiring you or that I'm working hard even motivates me even further to push myself. I have a long way to go. I turn 45 on June 10th. And I want to be the strongest I've ever been in my life. I read a quote. It said, "It's a shame for a man to die and not know what his body's fully capable of achieving." And I want to see what my body's capable of achieving. I know I look like crap. But I did it. I just did an hour and 5 minutes for a cool down. Why Anytime Fitness? They're not asking me to do this. I'm going to tell you why I joined Anytime Fitness. Number one, I spoke to them a couple years ago. They hired me as a keynote speaker. I was a size 24, but they still felt that my message was valuable. So they hired me and paid me a lot of money to go talk to physically fit people. And I never felt more nervous to go, and never felt more like I belonged among those people. It makes me emotional. Like I felt like I belonged in the land of misfit toys as a heavy speaker. I'm the fat body language expert. It's intimidating to talk to gym owners and their personal trainers and their managers. Imagine doing that. And they were so welcoming and loving, and one person offered to train me for free. I said on the stage that I need help. I was struggling with fertility issues. I only had Angus, my one son. I wanted more kids, and I knew the weight was part of the problem. And anyway, the owners of Anytime Fitness, Chuck and Dave, who created the whole entire, but which incidentally is ranked the #1 franchise in the world is Anytime Fitness, or at least in America. I don't know if it's the world. I think it's the world. Entrepreneur Magazine. Chuck and Dave gave me in my office membership to come free for a year, Anytime Fitness, a year and a half ago. And I didn't take them up on it. And for whatever reason, I made a million excuses, like we always do. For me, I always had good blood pressure. My blood pressure's on the low side. So I always said, well, I'm healthy. I have low blood pressure. I have the blood pressure of an athlete. And so I made excuses, and I started clean eating, and right after little Jack, my third son, was born. People who follow me, it's Angus, and I had Charlie and Jack. And back to back, Irish twins, 13 months apart. And a friend of mine, Mark Jacobson, who sells life insurance, this was at another event, we became friends, and that's a story for another time, the MJ story, because let me tell you, that's an amazing story too. But anyway, Mark said to me, little Jack was 2.5 weeks old, and Mark said, Janine, as your friend, I want our friendship. I want to inspire you to do things that inspire you. And Mark had eliminated wheat gluten, and he had lost tons of weight, and he's very athletic. He rides his bike wherever he goes, and I noticed a tremendous difference in his energy, and his suit was falling off him. He's physically fit. He seemed so happy. In a blink of an eye, the weight was falling off him, and I'm like, when he said, I want to inspire you to do things that inspire you, that just resonated for me. People like themselves. You have to find people who believe what you believe. And for me, to do this for me, not because, people can say, well, don't you want to be around for when your kids get married? Or don't you want to be here when your kids graduate college? Or don't you want to run up a mountain or go skiing with your kids? That's all fine and good. But for me, as a person who was 150 pounds overweight at the time, you know what I think? It's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to have a stroke. I'm not going to have a heart attack. And that's what happens. People think that all the time, right? It's not going to be me. Or you see someone heavier than you, and you're like, at least I'm not that heavy. Yeah, I did that in my head a million times. So thank you to Mark Jacobson, who does not have a Facebook page. So, but needless to say, if you need life insurance, go to Mark Jacobson at Prudential. And if you're looking for a gym, join your local Anytime Fitness. I'm going to tell you why briefly. 3 reasons. One, you're going to feel like family as soon as you walk into this gym. I go to leave. This is my 5th week here. 5th week. I've lost 20 pounds in the first 4 weeks of being here. And I'm here at watching the State of the Union on the television here tonight. I said to my husband, the kids were sleeping. I go, listen, I'm going to watch this down at the gym. And then I broke my record. I did an hour. I'm so happy. And so number one, you're gonna feel like family here. The managers are great. Steve says the manager's office behind me. Steven, hey Janine, I come in, how you doing? Then there's another manager, Juan. I went to leave yesterday. Juan's on the other end of the gym, and he goes, bye Janine, good job, good job. Juan comes over, they're rooting you on, they're pushing for you. Personal training sessions are not as expensive as you may think. For 30 minutes, double up like I do with Haley, so we get an hour, and then sometimes we get a little extra if Kevin will tell us a couple extra things to do, or we do 30 minutes on the elliptical, so we're here for 2 hours. And they under-promise and over-deliver. Like what you sign up for, you're gonna get 10 times more than what you expect at your local Anytime Fitness. And they have private bathrooms. This is what I love. Not only can you come anytime, it's like 10:30 at night right now, but they have private bathrooms with showers in them. So you're not in a bathroom or in a dressing room with like some smoking hot girl with her underwear up her rear end, and you're feeling intimidated with her like, you know, six-pack while you're walking around and people think you're, you know, 7 months pregnant. I just feel like I belong here. Most times it's pretty empty because I come on off hours. I asked Dave from Chuck and Dave, who created Anytime Fitness years ago, tell me 3 secrets to your success, and here's what he told me. This video is way too long. I don't even know if it'll post on Facebook. He told me, number one, Chuck and Dave had worked at many gyms, and they wanted to open a gym that didn't offer everything. They wanted to open a gym that offered, you know, enough to be physically fit. You know, they didn't want to have childcare, and they didn't want to have a juice bar, and they didn't want to offer everything. They wanted a gym that was for the everyday person, that anyone could come and feel like they belong. Even someone like me, who I'm not a gym person, you know, in the 80s when they did step aerobics and all that stuff, yeah, I have no coordination. I'm lucky I'm a snow skier and water skier back in my younger years. ADD kicking in. All right, number 2, Dave said, they wanted private bathrooms so people didn't feel intimidated in the dressing room. And that for me is like a saving grace to the 10th power. And the third element he said, which I love, see, people are attracted to other people when we believe what they believe. Simon Sinek, check him out on TED.com, Simon Sinek. Why do you wake up in the morning and why should people care? You know, we are attracted to people who believe what we believe. And Dave, the third element he said is whenever him and Chuck had a disagreement when creating this company called Anytime Fitness, like their logo is a purple running man. I don't know if you can see. Well, there, that's a little white one. Where's the purple guy? You think I can find? Oh, right up here on this sign. So say that's their logo. Say if they had a disagreement, like, oh, it should be red, no, it should be purple. Whoever was more passionate about their idea got to win. Like, they would go with that person's idea. And if that idea failed, they both fell on that. Like, they promised that they would not say, see, we should have went with purple. Like, no one would throw it in the other person's face. They were united. And whoever was more passionate, they went in that direction. Those were the 3 elements that he said. They weren't going to offer everything. They wanted a gym for the everyday people. And they wanted private bathrooms, and that whoever was more passionate with their suggestion, their idea, their vision, they would go with that. And if it didn't work, they'd just go in a different direction, but they didn't rub each other's faces in it. Dave and Chuck, when they have a conference, they are the last people to leave. Like the cocktail hour or the band, the party, like the party night. They are there, they're rooting people on. They're dressing up in kilts, making fun videos. They're just, I'm telling you, this is a culture. It's a revolution, and I'm not surprised it's ranked number 1. I have since spoken a second time, again, heavy. Oh my gosh. I think the second time is when they offered me the membership because I'm like, I need help. So anyway, that's my story. I recommend Anytime Fitness. I love you, Anytime Fitness. I'm only 5 weeks in. You know, this is my 5th week, I said, but I already see what's possible. And my sister Kayleen said, even animals, we're mammals. Think about humans, we're mammals. Mammals. Even mammals have muscle. Mammals eat what they need to eat to survive. And then Juan told me about some motivational speakers said the lions have to stay in shape to be able to chase their food when they need it. But the gazelles and the zebras and everyone else, the bait, the food, they have to stay twice as strong. They have to work twice as hard because they have to outrun the lion. So Haley is a lion, and I'm a gazelle, and I'm working my ass off. And wait till you see June 10th when I turn 45 and I show you this new body. And I can't wait. And I'm here to stay, Anytime Fitness. I'm going to be opening at Anytime Fitness, and my goal is 2016, 2017, because I need to be a piece of this. What you're doing is amazing. You're changing the world. And on behalf of the former fat body language expert, Janine Driver, New York Times bestselling author, I will be writing about you in my next book, You Can't Resist Me, How to Be Irresistible in Any Situation. You know what? I love you, Anytime Fitness. I love you, Chuck. I love you, Dave. To everyone who works at an Anytime Fitness, understand that you are saving lives. You are literally making a difference. And connect with people. Because boy, when you do, you get people like me at 10 o'clock at night coming in and sweating their ass off for an hour on an elliptical and then go and do whatever Haley has in store around the corner. I think that's it for tonight. My 10-minute rant about Anytime Fitness and my journey. Thanks everyone for voting me on. You're the best. Bye.